right, guys, let's talk about Black Friday and Cyber Monday now. And they aren't just about TVs and gadgets anymore. The travel world now rolls out major deals this time of year. And here to break down the best offers and share some tips on spotting red flags before you book is our good friend and resident travel expert, Troy Petenbrink. Troy, always good to have you, my friend.
Thank you very much.
So let's talk about the deals and just how they measure up to what we saw last year, better or worse?
We are seeing much better deals, a much greater variety of deals.
Really?
I mean, one thing I would mention is that for the luxury travel market, really never paid much attention to Black Friday. They were a little too good for that. But this year they are there. So they are offering some amazing deals. So if there's been a property you've had your eye on or things like that, I'd be looking at their website, checking out and see what sort of deals they have out there.
I'm so happy to hear this. What do you think is one of the driving reasons for that?
Well, you know, travel was a little bit down this year. There were still people traveling, but a lot of their trips were shorter. They weren't spending as much money.
Yeah.
So the travel industry really wants to try to entice people to come back next year.
Okay, so luxury hotels and just maybe a couple places on our bucket list. It's a good time to look. So.
You know, a few things that I highlighted. I mean, Hilton's doing a great deal, 25% off all their stays through the middle of next year. I really like that. A lot of people around here are Hilton Honors folks. You're very loyal, so I checked that out.
Yeah.
Royalton, this is a resort company that's down in the Caribbean, Dominican Republic, Cancun, that sort of area. They're doing an amazing deal. It's 20% off their stays. The one thing I really like about this is no blackout dates, and for some of their properties, it's up to 45% off. So I would definitely check that out. Well, that's not even the best. Hard Rock.
Yes.
Hard Rock Resorts, they're going up to 55% off, and if you're a loyalty member, there's another 10% off on that.
Goodness.
So there's some really good deals there.
I've been to that one in Cancun quite a few times.
I love that one. I've also done the one in Cabo, really nice resorts as well, so I would definitely be checking that out.
Okay, now for folks like Marissa who love a good cruise, what are those deals looking like?
They are looking amazing, and I will say this, normally, you know, the Black Friday deals are good, but a lot of people wait till what we call wave season come January. But the Black Friday deals are phenomenal right now. Norwegian is doing one 50% off all their cruises for the entire year through 2026.
Wow.
There's drink packages included in that, onboard credits included in that. And I should mention, Norwegian's sailing out of Philadelphia next year, so you don't have to fly to Miami or go to those sort of places to get there. So I checked that out.
Nice.
Virgin Voyages. 80% off the second passenger in your room. That's through 2027. However, they added an extra bonus where they have some $99 per night sailings happening. So crazy stuff there. MSC Cruises.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't familiar with that. There's a European cruise line really trying to make an impression in the United States. They're doing some $199 cruises. However, when I looked at this, some of these are like 4-day cruises. They give you a $100 credit back to spend on the ship. So you're talking about a $99 cruise.
Wow.
Definitely worth checking out.
Okay, Troy, we have all heard if it sounds too good to be true, well, sometimes it is.
Sometimes it is.
Help us spot the red flags, because these sound amazing. They're coming from you, so they are legit.
They are legit. They are legit.
How do we know when we're doing our own research?
But I always say, there's always a catch, right?
Yes.
So definitely shop around, because just because you see a deal on one site doesn't mean that same deal doesn't appear somewhere else, and sometimes might be a little better. The other thing I'd be hesitant about, if they're telling you there's prepaid non-refundable, that may be a catch. So you want to be really careful about that. Your travel plans change. You don't want to be caught in booking this really great dream trip 6 months from now and you can't go.
Yeah.
The other thing, check out, see, is there a cancellation option there? And then what do you get back? Is there a fee? Can I rebook later? How much time do I have? A lot of these things have blackout dates, and oftentimes they're doing the prime time where you want to go. You want to check that as well. And then for a lot of hotel stays, hidden fees. You know, yeah, you might get a great rate, but then you get there and all of a sudden, wait, I didn't know about this resort fee that you're adding on top of this or other things there. So definitely check that out. But again, there are amazing deals to be had out there. So again, if you have a property that you've been thinking about, definitely check it out.
Okay, we are convinced. Thank you so much for just giving us the rundown, Troy. This was so helpful. How can folks get more information?
Yeah, follow me online. I'm going to be posting about these deals all the time. I'm on social media across the board at The Gay Traveler.
Okay, love it. All right, thanks so much, Troy. Appreciate you always, my friend.